guys, my name is Megan and today I've got my February TBR for you. Alright, so it is finally February, so this month I'm going to be focusing a lot on romance books, almost exclusively on romance books actually. So let's go ahead and dive into what I'm planning to read this month. Alright, so the first book I'm planning to read this month is Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and as you can see, I have already started this one. As of filming this, I'm about 145 pages in, and I'm loving it so far. It's so good. So this follows Chloe Brown, who is chronically ill. She's a computer geek, and she's always got a goal, a plan, and a list. And after almost but not quite dying, she's come up with 7 activities to help her get a life. And she's already completed the first one of those, and that is moving out of her family's glorious mansion. The rest of her list, Chloe's having a little bit of trouble figuring out how to complete it, and Chloe decides that she needs a teacher and knows just the man for the job, and in comes Redford Red Morgan, who is the handyman at her new apartment building with tattoos and a motorcycle, and he is also an artist who paints at night and hides his work in the light of day, and Chloe knows that because she occasionally maybe spies on him from her window, and then she kind of enlists Red to help her rebel. So this book is really great so far, and I'm loving it, and it's set in London, and it's just glorious so far. Okay, so my graphic novel for February is Laura Jean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. So this follows Freddie Riley, who just wants Laura Jean to stop breaking up with her. The day that they got together was probably one of the best of Freddie's life. Nothing's really made sense since then, and their on-again, off-again relationship has Freddie's head spinning, and Freddie's friends can't really understand why she keeps going back. You know, Freddie finally gets up the courage to ask somebody for advice, and with that comes new friends and not liking the advice that she gets, but also learning how to live through being a teenager in love. So this book is about toxic relationships and love and friendship, and I cannot wait to get into this. Also, the art style is very cute, and it's very like pink and just so cute. So I can't wait to dig into this one. So the next book that I'm planning to read in February is The Boyfriend Project. So this follows Samaya Brooks, who never thought she would be that girl, but she is live tweeting this horrible date, and it reveals the horrible, painful truth that she's been catfished by a 3-timing jerk of a boyfriend. With this guy's 2 other girlfriends, London and Taylor, have gone viral online, and they've kind of become besties, and they make a pact to spend the next 6 months working on themselves and like no men and no dating. Samira finally starts putting herself first, and she starts creating this app that she's dreamed of creating, and that's kind of the exact moment that she meets Daniel Collins at work and kind of falls in love with him. And is he really too good to be true, basically? This is gonna be so good, and I cannot wait to dig into this. Okay, so the next book that I'm planning to read is going to be Awkward. This is the second book in the Ice Knights romantic comedy series. I read the first one last February, and it was amazing, and I loved it, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. So I forget the heroine's name, but she runs a flower shop, and one of her best friends is getting married, and she's doing the flowers for the wedding, and you know, she's very awkward and weird, and she loves trivia, and she kind of meets this guy who is a hockey player while he and his friends are having a trivia competition, and she kind of starts joining in, and they get to be on the same team, and things turn into kind of like a or what is supposed to be a one-night stand until she finds out she's pregnant. And then that sets off this whole romance adventure, and I'm really looking forward to this one because I really loved the first one. Okay, so the next book series that I'm planning to sprinkle in throughout February is going to be the whole Alphabets series. So this is a follow-up to the Team Alpha series that I read last year. It was really good. So this one follows a new team that's kind of developed to handle child kidnapping cases, and each book follows a different character, so I'm really looking forward to continuing with this series because I really loved the first one. And I already kind of fell in love with some of the main characters from this one in a small novella from the last set of books. So I'm really excited to dive into these. I don't know if I'll be able to get through all 7 books this month, but we'll see how far I get. Please double check the book descriptions before you dive into this series. And this one, not all the tropes are for everybody, so just keep that in mind. So the next book I'm planning to read is Candy Kisses. This one is just a short little novella in a series of novellas that are so cute and holiday themed. So this one is following Mason, who has hated Valentine's Day ever since his fiance broke up their engagement on the most romantic of holidays. Yeah, so this one looks really interesting and super cute, and it's Valentine's Day themed, so like, why not? Okay, so the last book that I'm planning to read in February is American Traditional. This is the 3rd book in the Irons and Work series. I'm so looking forward to this one. So this one follows Sage Osborne, who is the twin brother of Derek, who is the character from the 1st book. So Sage has lost his fiance, and he's dealing with the grief of that, and Sage is kind of terrified to start dating again and having a life again. Then he meets Will smiling at him across the counter of a cafe, and Sage just kind of tasked himself with helping to tutor Will's little sister, who Will has custody of, and he kind of realizes that he really likes Will, but he also realizes that Will is in an abusive relationship, but he wants to help and he doesn't really know how. And I'm really, like, seriously, I'm so ready to read this book. It's gonna be good. I love Ian Lindsay's books. They're really good, and you guys should definitely check out this series. It's really good. All right, and that is everything that I am planning to read in February. I know it's a lot. I'm hoping that by having so many options for February, I will be able to start getting a little bit ahead of my Goodreads goal for the year, and, you know, kind of help break up my little bit of a reading slump that I had from January. What are you guys planning to read this month? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already and would like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!